Hi, you have found the full tutorial on intuitive selling on my Business Basics for Creatives courses. My name is Cindy, owner of Creatively LLC. I'm a certified creativity coach and a licensed therapist, and I have a suite of courses for creatives on everything from planning to marketing to selling your creative work. If you're finding me for the first time and you're finding my video content, make sure you're subscribed to the Business Basics courses, which are free and have written lessons, video lessons, downloadables, and much more to help you get your work out to those that want to spend money on it. Now, with no further ado, and if you didn't see the short, one more further ado. If you didn't see the short video introducing this full tutorial, this is not my usual background and not my usual garb for doing these tutorials. I was at the barn all day today. I do equine psychotherapy in my therapy business, but under the auspices of being intuitive, which has a lot to do with being authentic and trusting yourself, I thought I might as well bring my authentic self to the table from being at the barn today. And here I am in my barn garb, and I will just authentically lean into that and talk about intuitive selling. Here we go. And you're hearing my animals in the background, which you've heard in probably many of these videos. That's our parrot. So let's talk about intuitive selling for artists. This is about trusting your gut to find and nurture customers. And this is going to feel really good to you as opposed to maybe some other sales things you may have heard of or learned or tried along the way, which can be very formulaic, maybe a little bit forced. Intuitive selling is using your intuition, which for you as a creative person is very strong, to interact with potential customers and identify what to you feels like authentic, genuine relationships and interests to help lead to sales and repeat buyers. We're going to go through this as per usual with section by section, and there's a written lesson that goes along with this video. So if you're with the Business Basics, they're linked to each other and you can pull up the written lesson and follow along while you watch and listen. The first thing is, what is intuitive selling? Intuitive selling is trusting, again, your natural instincts during your interactions with potential buyers instead of relying solely on traditional sales techniques, which there are some lessons and tutorials that I've given you to introduce those to you because it's important background knowledge. The intuitive aspect of this is really tuning in a mindful way, which is something I love for creative people on kind of the therapeutic side of things or the mindset coaching side of things. Tune into your energy, your body language, the customer's energy and body language. You already use your intuition to create as a creative person. You're really applying this same natural instinct to your interactions in sales. When you're thinking about your ideal buyer, and we've talked about this in your sales planning, we've talked about this in your marketing, we've already talked about this when you're creating your different sales stages and sales conversations. We're talking about it again now. Think about this person and think about who might be genuinely interested in your art. Now, we've really thought about this in a strategic way thus far. Now we're going to stop and think about in a very intuitive way what feels like to you that would be a person interested in your work. And this is more now than demographics and income level. It's somebody that would emotionally and energetically react to your work that would bring something into a sale. You would think about things like who responds to your work with genuine interest, who would ask insightful or personal questions about your work, would they express feelings or memories about the kind of work, about what your work evokes. These are people that would have connection to your work. And this is a sign that they're going to be an ideal customer for you, right? And so when you trust that kind of instinct, it allows you to focus your energy on nurturing a relationship with these people that are really connected to your work and most likely to become your buyers. Now let's talk about, once you've identified these people, how you can use your intuition to initiate conversations. In the previous tutorial that I did right before this one in sales, it was about having sales conversations. How do we initiate those conversations intuitively? And this is going to take a lot of the mental strain out of this process for you if you do it intuitively rather than in kind of a forced formulaic way. Let's say you approach a potential buyer and you've intuitively kind of decided this is a person that could be a good fit for your work. How would you have a conversation with somebody that you liked? Your intuition would guide that conversation. So let your intuition guide this conversation instead of jumping right to a sales pitch, right? Just read their body language, read the room, right? Are they relaxed, excited, hesitant? Listen closely. Are they responding with short answers? Are they engaging deeply with their art? And I think I said this in the last tutorial about engaging with potential buyers, but either way, let's use open-ended questions. Encourage them to share what they feel when they look at your work. Pay attention to their tone and enthusiasm. Really what you're trying to do is engage and create a space where your intuition can really detect whether that person feels a connection that's meaningful to them about their work, how engaged they feel. And if you're vibing with that, right, continue the conversation. And if not, it is so okay to just let them explore without pressure. You don't have to force anything. Intuition is not about force, right? It's about nurturing things that are kind of already growing. And that takes so much of the strain out of this. You don't have to force things. You just learn to recognize things that are already building and lean into it. And that brings us to the next step, which is trust the right timing. Intuitive selling can require some patience. Not every interaction is going to be an immediate sale, but some customers need time to decide. If your gut tells you someone's genuinely interested but maybe not ready to purchase, you can respect timing. You can nurture the relationship instead. So follow up by staying connected through messages, or offer insights on your creative process so that they can find specific meaning in their interactions with you or in the way that you create, or invite them to more exhibits, this kind of thing. That's not right now doesn't mean not ever if this customer is really a good customer for you. And your intuition will kind of help you measure these things. Now, we talked about in sales conversations handling objections. How do you do that intuitively? Because objections are part of really every sales conversation, but they don't need to mean a lost sale. Intuitive selling kind of helps you understand if the objection is surface level, just kind of conversational interest, or if there's a deeper concern. Listen, and what is your gut telling you? For example, they ask about the price. Is the price really the issue? Or is the issue that they need more time to connect with the piece? Are they unsure about the size or space? Or are they hesitant to make a purchase because they don't know you or your work well enough yet? They might be raising one objection when really it's another thing. And as you get better at this, and as you get used to using your intuition more, instead of pushing immediate sale, you're able to address the underlying and genuine concerns, offer solutions, and maintain the relationship without pressure. How do you nurture a relationship with intuition? After the initial conversation, continue to check in and nurture with these potential buyers. Some people need time to think. Others may be waiting for the right moment to make a purchase. You can build trust. And sending personalized communication is a good way. A personal note that feels genuine rather than something kind of formulaic. What did you connect with them on? Follow up with them about that. Let them know that you remembered how they connected with your work. Share insights, something about your creative story maybe they can connect with, or inspiration or updates about your artistic journey to keep them engaged. Invite them into your world. People really like to feel connected, and emotional connections is sometimes what really moves the needle when it comes to creative work. Invite them to exclusive previews of new collections, workshops, or events to keep it alive and personal. Let's talk about some key takeaways from all of this, because in a certain way, it is kind of just variations on the sales conversation tutorial. But what's important about it is, rather than just, I was going to say hitting things with a stick, but I don't know that that's necessarily what I meant. Throwing spaghetti at the wall. Let's go with that one. You're tuning in to energy. You want to focus on how people interact with you emotionally and energetically. And using this as your guideline for where you put your energy to interact with potential buyers. Follow your instincts and let that guide your conversations, your pacing, and your follow-up. And build authentic relationships. Creative people are really good at being chameleons. We generally can read energy and match that energy, and people usually like us. because we're pretty good at doing that. But it pays off better if we can be authentic. Don't force it. Don't force yourself. Nurture the connections that feel genuine. And this is how you can find your long-term customers. There is, in the written lesson that goes with this video, an exercise for you to try to practice intuitive selling. So if this resonates with you as something that makes the sales process feel more your own and a little bit less overwhelming, try the exercise. And if you are in the business basics and you are connected to the community, which is called the Creativity Studio, which is another free feature of the business basics, where anybody who is in the business basics can use this community to connect and share ideas and connect with each other and share thoughts. Feel free to use that to share your experiences, your feedback, your thoughts about this exercise, and talk about how it was for you to trust your instincts. Did you make more meaningful relationships? Did you make a sale? And that is the intuitive selling tutorial. I hope that you're able to get some sales, and I hope that these tutorials have been helpful for you. And if I can help you through your process directly, and if you have questions or could use some coaching, there is a section in the business basics that says if you need more help, and you're welcome to reach out and connect with me through that section. You can email me always directly at questions@creativelyllc.com.